Hello my gorgeous friends on the internet, how you are doing? Welcome to another amazing tutorial. I want to use this opportunity to Merry Christmas and a prosperous Happy New Year to every one of you. So I know I've been away for a while now. It's not my own doing though. It's more like some personal issues that just came up. So I needed to stay away from content creation for a while. But yeah, I'm fully back and I'm ready to give you guys amazing content. All right. So this is actually a Christmas season and every one of us are looking for ways to enjoy with our family, and most of us are looking for ways to make our app to be generating that revenue while we are enjoying and celebrating our Christmas, right? So here is this video. Okay, so basically I'm going to be showing you guys how we can monetize our applications, okay, with Flutter, our Flutter applications using AdMob. There are various ways where you can monetize your application. You can use subscription based using third-party payment gateways. You can also use in-app purchase. You can use other services. Okay, so many ways you can make your app paid on App Store and Play Store. But for the sake of this video, we are only going to focus on AdMob. AdMob makes earning revenue easy with in-app ads, actionable insights, and powerful, easy to use tools that grow your app business. All right, so you cannot just create app and you just go like that without any revenue. Okay, so with AdMob, so in this video I'm going to show us two types of ads that we can implement. One is the banner ads, the interstitial ads. So if there's a lot of time, I'm going to look at the reward ads as well. So first thing we want to do, make sure you have created an AdMob account. Okay, so go to admob.google.com/home and sign up, create an account, okay, to get started. So once you have done that and everything has been approved, you need to identify, you need to verify your identity, you need to verify your address as well, and payment and all that. So once everything has been done, you'll be taken to your home page. Okay, so from your home page, you can go to apps. So from apps, you will see all the apps that you have added so far. Okay, so from these apps, you will be able to add a new app. So you have to select the platform and also select if the app is published on App Store already, or if it's not, you can select no. So if it's already published, you have to put the app package name for AdMob to automatically detect it, right? So it's very easier for them to review it that way. Okay, but that aside, if there is no store, you can say no, and you can, once it has been created, you can come here and click on Add Store, right? You can just search the name of the app. All right, so the next thing that you want to do is once you have created your Android app and also your iOS app, you see your app ID here, right, for Android platform. So you can go back to your project, right? So in your project, go to your Android manifest.xml file, okay, and you add this line of code, and inside this line of code you have to add your app ID, right? Okay, cool. Then once you do that, you go back again to this. Everything you are doing is going to be inside the project you want to show the ads on. Okay, so you go back to your iOS own, you also see the app ID as well. So you go to your iOS runner info.plist. You want to make sure you add these 3 lines of code. You need to confirm if it's not here already and add it, so to avoid any form of duplicate. Okay, so you add your app ID here. You also add this identifier to which will be used to deliver personalized ads. All right, so this project I'm going to be using is more like an old project. Thank you guys, if you can remember the video that I created where I showed you guys how to create audio app and also OCR, okay, optimized character recognition app that I showed you guys. It's actually on my YouTube channel. I'm going to drop the link in the description though if you don't know. And this app, also remember, we also published this app to Play Store like a demo. I'm also going to drop the link in the description below. All right, so you can see these places that I added a test string. Okay, so here I want to show a banner ads. I also want to show banner ads below here, and if you go to documents, I also want to show banner ads here as well. And the interstitial ad will be called whenever we save. Okay, once you click on save, let's say you add a new item now, you add a new string, You click on save. Okay, you put the name and click on save. So once this save shows up, like, we'll put a delay of 2 seconds, and then the interstitial ad is going to pop up, right? And you're going to see it, and also the banner app keeps showing, right? So I've showed you guys the first and second configuration that we need, which is inside our Android manifest file and also our plist file. So another thing again you need to know is that we'll be making use of this Google Mobile Ads SDK. All right, that's what we are going to be using. You can see it's actually by the Google team, and it's currently being maintained, right? So we're going to be using this. So go to your prospect.yml file and make sure you add this dependency, right? You can see I'm actually using the latest version as at 27th of December 2023. So I'm actually using the current version. All right, moving on. The next thing now you want to do is to so the next thing I did was to create a config file. So inside this config file, you can see I have my ads_id.dat. So inside here I have my app IDs. So if you go to your Google AdMob, after creating an app, you can click on the app, and inside the app you will be able to create ad units. If you go to add units, you can see I've already created some ad units already. So if you want to create your own ad units, you can just click on add units, select the type of ads you want to create. In this case, I want to use banner. You can just set the banner name and then click create ad unit. So once you do that, it's going to automatically display here, right? So this is the live ad unit. Make sure you don't use this ad unit when you are testing your app in debug modes. Only use this when you want to deploy your app to production, right? So you can see all these ad units. Feel free to use them. They are all test ad units, okay? So if you want to make your app a little stylish, you can maybe add a bool here and say is test, something like this, and set it to false, okay? So you can do maybe if is test. If it's test, you can do this. So you can say something again. If it's not test, maybe you can now return your live keys here, right? If it's not test, you can now return your live keys here, right? So whenever you want to deploy your app or whenever you want to use it, you just need to change this property to true or false, depending on how you want it to be like, right? So in that case, I'll just return it to how it was before. So I'm just giving you guys an idea of how you can do it, okay? Because if you are using live key while you're in debug modes, AdMob might actually discontinue your account. So you want to be careful with that. All right, so moving on now, what I want to do next is to go to our home screen where we have this banner ads. So I want to replace it with the banner ad, okay? So to make it responsive, like to avoid some overflow, I'm going to give it the default height of 50. So this height won't really affect anything. It's still going to display the item, okay? It's going to make it fit into that. So the next thing I want to do is to use add widget, okay? From this add widget, it has an ad, which is a banner ad. So I'm going to use a banner ad here. It has a size with the property of add size dot. You can select whichever one you want, but in this case, I'm going to be using banner. And the ad unit is just going to come from this guy. Let me move it here. We have the ad unit, so I'm just going to call the get banner ad unit, all right? So once that is done, we have our listener, which is banner ad listener. Okay, so you can leave it like that, but if you want to listen to various events, you can listen to on ad loaded, on ad open, on ad closed, on ad impression. You want to listen to all those callbacks, feel free to use them here by saying on ad clicked. So on ad clicked, you can actually listen to them. So now we have the request. We can use the ad view request. So here we can set if we want personalized ads to be shown or not. You can set it to true or false depending on your preference. So if we save it, you will see that this is going to show error because we need to load the banner ads before showing it. Let's go back to home. You can see ads widget requires ad.load to be called before ad widget is inserted. So for this, we are going to locate where our banner ad ends and right here we are going to use a spread operator and call .load. Okay, once that is done, feel free to save it, and it might not show up immediately. Let's go back to document and come back to home. So give it some few seconds, it's going to show up here. Right, you can see AdMob has awesome. So we have finally gotten what we wanted. So next I will just duplicate this and replace it with what we already have here, which is the banner ads. Okay, and save it. I can set personalize here to be false. Okay, it doesn't matter. So save it, and you're going to see it's going to display here right now. Awesome, nice job. We have our banner ads already. So we can go to documents. This is just simple. You don't really need to do much. The only thing you need to do when you want to deploy your app is just to come here and change this test keys to the live keys that you have here, right? This live ad unit ID. Okay, let's go back to documents, which is already showing banner ads. So this is the screen. I'm also going to duplicate that guy as well and paste it here. Make sure you import the various packages, and banner ID, make sure you import it as well. Save it up, and it's going to display here. Pretty much it. So we don't really need to do much. That's it. This is how you show your banner ads. Okay, so next thing now we want to do is to show the interstitial ad. Remember I told you that we are only going to, I think I forgot to show us something. I think I missed a step. If you go to the Google mobile ads, if you go here, you can see that you need to initialize the SDK before you can use it. I think I already did that in the main.dat, which is here. So I did that and I forgot to show us. So you need to do that before you run this. Okay, and every other configuration also need to be done. So the next thing I want to do now is go back to our home page. And once we click on listing to test, because when you're showing interstitial ad, first thing you need to do is to load the ad. Once the ad has been loaded, you can now go ahead and show the ad, right? So this is where we are going to be showing it, right? I think I already showed us in the previous section. So this is the test interstitial ads that we are going to be using. Remember this project already. If you are part of the project at the beginning part, you will notice that I use provider package, okay, for handling the states. So this is actually going to make everything easier for us. So we can go to our provider here folder, depending on what you're using to manage your states. If you're using normal set state, which is pretty much fine, you can just follow up the same process. It's not going to give you any issues. So yeah, we're going to have our ads provider.dat. Okay, so inside here I'm going to create a class and I will call it ads provider. All right, so inside here I'm going to be creating an interstitial ads instance. So I'll call this. All right, and if we go, and also I need to register this ads before I can use it, right? You remember how it is with provider. So we'll go here and register it here. So I have my ads provider. Cool. Save it up, and once that is done, instead of writing all this logic from scratch, if you go back to the SDK, there is a method already for loading the interstitial ad. You can see the first thing you need to do is to create an instance of that interstitial ad, and also we can have a number of interstitial load attempts. So this is very needed in case if you try to load the ad and it fails. We need to have some attempt, because it won't be nice to be spamming the user with too many ads and all that. So we need to have a while the app is running, we need to have maximum attempt. Okay, so we are not going to show that ads again after that attempt until the user restarts the app, right? Or we initialize the instance. So here now we just need to copy this guy, because I don't need to rewrite everything from scratch again. So we just need to say, instead of create this, we are going to call this load interstitial ad. So once if you notice here now, we have this if number of attempts is less than, we can just say 3, because we want the maximum attempts to be 3. So once it's less than 3, we want to go ahead and load the ads again, so we'll be able to show it. All right, So this ads unit ID is not needed. What we are going to return here is the get instantial ads, okay, because it's already handling all those stuffs, okay. Then we have our request. We can have our add request. Okay, here we can say personalize ads, set it to true. Okay, so on add loaded, this instance is going to be initialized, and the load attempt is going to be initialized also to 0, and once the ad fails to load, we are setting it, we are incrementing it by 1. All right, so you don't really need to change anything much here, just leave it as it is. So the next thing we want to do here now is to grab the method for showing the ad. Remember, if I said that we are going to like be showing the ad after every, like we are going to set a delay of 2 seconds, right? So in this case, once the ad is null, we want to like return, because we don't want to show the ads when it's already null. Then make sure you make it public, because I want to add a delay, I'm going to make this guy asynchronous and change this guy from load, from create to load, which is this method that we have here. That's after it has been dismissed, we need to reload it again. Once ad failed to show, we need to reload it again, right? And you can see dispose is already called automatically here. All right, so quickly what we are going to do is to call await future the delayed, and we have our duration of 2 seconds, right? So I don't know if this is needed. You can leave it if you don't want it. All right, so pretty much it. So the first thing we need to do, this very screen, once the user enters this screen, the first thing I want to do is to load the ad, okay? Because we are using provider, it's very easy, okay? So we're going to go to, this is actually the screen that is handling that. So inside here, I'm going to load the ad by calling our provider, okay? And we're going to call the state ads provider, and here set listing to false and call .load ad, okay? So once you load the ad, the next thing we want to do now is to show it, okay? So I already have this show modal. Once the save is called, you can see once saved is called, and we show the dialog success message of, okay, the your item has been saved. I'm calling navigator.pop with a value of true. So in here, once the dialog has been popped, I'm listening to it with this dot then callback. So if value is true, so I'm going to show the ad here. So quickly initialize this as well, and then we are going to call dot show ads, okay? So you don't have to bother too much about the provider. You can use any state management that you're using or whatever way you try to implement it. The most important thing you need to pay attention about is this this logic that is here, from here down to this part, okay? All right, so make sure that this guy is always initialized whenever load is called, okay, to get it triggered. So that's it. So the next thing I want to do now, since it has been loaded, I can just go out from this screen, okay? All right, go back in again. All right, click on it to go back into the screen. And right here, I'm going to save it. Let's say hello again. Let's just type random test. So once that is done, you can just click on save. All right, let's click save, put a name. Let's call it a name as the file name. We click on save. It has been added. Delay of 2 seconds, 1, 2. And you can see, hooray, the ads is up and the ad is showing. This is how it works. This is an instantial ads test ad, okay? So when you want to deploy your app now to production, you can just come here because we already created an instantial ad already, which is add unit. You click select, okay? You just have to like copy this string, okay, this add unit ID, okay, and then replace it with this guy here. Just have to replace it with this instantial ad here. All right, so let's go back to our app. Now that is how you monetize your application using banner and instantial ad. All right, so finally, if you would want to like get your hands dirty a little bit, I would want you guys to look at how to implement this last one, which is the reward that thing. Okay, you don't really have to do much. First thing you need to do is to load it. Okay, once you load it, secondly, you now need to like show it. You can see that the rewarded ad has a callback that shows on, you can see on user end reward. Okay, so it has the reward property. You can see the reward amount, reward type, and reward item. So you can just make use of, maybe if you want to work with Firebase, you can implement any logic that you want right inside here once a reward has been returned. Okay, you can just write your logic inside here. You can also create your reward instantiation ad as well. Right inside, after showing it, you can see it also have the on user end reward. So this is what you want to pay attention with, and just do what you want. So just similar method, similar procedure with what we have done with instantiation ad. Okay, so you don't really need to be scared. So if you want to work with reward based video ad, you can work with this as a test key, and also you can come here, right, and create an ad unit ID, select rewarded ad. Okay, you can select the ad unit name, rewarded, and you can set the amount of reward that you want to reward user. Let's say you want to reward them with 100 coins after watching a video. You want to reward them with 2 coins, 5 coins, 6 coins, or whichever amount of coin that you want. So you can just set it here. So once the reward, once user watch the video to the end, they will end the reward, and you will receive it from this very callback. This one here on user reward in. All right, so that's pretty much it, and that's everything I want you guys to see about this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to put the link of this app in the description below, and also going to put the previous videos and also the GitHub repository in the link below. So do not forget to subscribe. If you're a newcomer here, please subscribe, share this video with your friends, and give it a thumbs up. Put your comments below. Thank you so much, guys, for having me, and I'm going to be consistent and also drop more videos in the future. Enjoy. Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.